Well, with a belly full of brew, I was hankering for some history. So as my head cleared, we headed north over the Portage Lake Lift Bridge, through the historic town of Hancock, and up to the Quincy mine for a trip down and into this area's fascinating copper mining past.
You know, back in the day, this part of Michigan's Upper Peninsula was called copper country, and many a penny came out of mines just like this one. And right now, we're gonna find out how it all happened.
The Quincy Mine Tour is one of the coolest things you can ever do in this part of Michigan. From the incredible towering shaft house, built by the same company that built the Mackinac Bridge, to the world's largest steam hoist still to this day, there's as much history above the ground here as there is below it. And to make sure we left no nugget unturned, I dug up Tom Wright.
So I'm guessing this is the part of the mine tour where we actually go down into the mine.
We're going down, we'll be going about 1,400 feet down the hill here, and then we will be going about 2,000 feet back into the mine. We'll be about 368 feet underground when we get back to our final destination.
360 feet underground.
360 feet.
But the mine, originally the mine went how many feet?
9,260 feet. The deepest incline shaft in the world at one time.
When was this mine in its heyday? When was it like its full functioning capacity?
The peak period here was 1910 to 1912. 1911, Quincy Mine employed 2,145 men. Amazing hub of activity here in the Keweenaw.
That's incredible. And it was all copper coming out of here?
All copper. Richest copper mines in the world at that period.
They found diamonds, they would just discard them?
Yeah, they got rid of that stuff. They didn't need them. If you're going to build an industrial society, you need copper, and we supplied it.
At the actual entrance to the mine, we all hopped off the cog railway and onto a steel wagon that transported us way deep into the earth. Now, bear with us. It gets pretty dark down here.
Now we're going actually into the mine. How far in do we go before we go down, or are we going down?
We're just going to go straight into the hillside.
Gotcha.
You know, we're going to be about 368 feet underground, going 2,000 feet under. We are going through some of the oldest rock strata in the world that you can put your hands on. 1.1 billion-year-old rock. Over 400 lava flows put down. We're going through 200 ancient lava flows.
And what's the temperature in here right now?
43 degrees year-round. I know under the radar does cool things. This is cool.
As you make your way down into the mine, you really start to get a sense of what these miners' lives were really like.
What really blows my mind is the fact that, I mean, we've got lights down here right now, but the guys that worked down here back in the day did it in candlelight?
Candlelight. 1 or 2 candles going, and see, they're paying for those candles too. It's taken out of their wages. So that encourages them to be frugal with those candles.
That's amazing to me. So how would they get the copper out?
They're gonna be hand drilling. They've got hand drill steels. They've got 12-pound sledgehammers to pound those holes, fill them up with black powder, stick a fuse in, run around the corner, blast it, and then you call in the trammers to move it all out of here.
In candlelight?
In candlelight.
Why was copper so important back then?
Our country was growing. We're becoming an industrial power, right? On our way to becoming an industrial superpower. Yeah. We need copper. Copper sheathing for our warships to keep barnacles and borers off of the hulls. Copper for brass and for bronze so we can make cannons and arm those warships. Copper to string a telegraph wire from Washington to California, uniting our country. We need copper. In 1868, this district produced about 90% of America's copper. In this mine, roughly half of that 90%. A huge impact on what our country became.
Well, this tour is fascinating. I mean, you can hear the tour group, they're having a great time. It's just amazing the amount of history that you learn when you come down here.
What these men did, it's an untold story. The hardship, the danger. Over 253 men died at Quincy alone, helping make our country what it is.
Tom painted such an interesting and detailed picture of the mine's incredible history that not once on the tour did you feel anything but fun and fascination. At the Quincy Mine Tour, they dig deep to make sure you have a blast.